Thank you very much for keeping up. And I am glad you are here. Again, I will remind you, don't be in a shabby office, don't be in a shabby house, because we have DreamWorks Investment Limited Company, your very best company to ensure you are living your dream. Yani, they turn your dream into reality. Now, heading back to the question, Dr. Sophia.
Yeah.
Maybe we might look at the how it's tested, or how when I get to the hospital, what happens.
In the hospital, a diagnosis is made according to your concerns.
Okay.
Daktari, I have come, niko na shida na mkojo, niko na discharge. And then once the doctor examines you, they do lab tests. We have several lab tests to get to know what the issue is. We might not be having the normal vaginal candidiasis. We might have several other infections in between the vaginal candidiasis.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So maybe you could tell us what are the treatment options available for both over-the-counter and prescription?
For a mild infection, we might get some over-the-counter medication. Might get oral antifungals. Some other drugs we call suppositories. Hizo tunatumia, we insert into our vagina once we get copious amounts of vaginal discharge. Yes.
Well, this is a curious question.
Yes.
Some people tend to treat themselves.
Yes.
Maybe they've heard of this type of medicine, or they've Googled, and according to their own prescription, as their own doctor, because you find you relate the symptoms you see on Google chat or on other platforms, and you tend to treat yourself. Would you advise on that as a doctor?
I would recommend that you visit a doctor or even a reproductive health specialist to get tested. Yes.
Maybe you could tell us, are there natural remedies at home or care practices that can help?
Yes. For the natural remedies, you can take probiotics after maybe a long intake of antibiotics. We've said antibiotics damage our the normal flora. So after you've taken a whole course of antibiotics, it's advised to get probiotics. You can get them over the counter. Again, you can use natural yogurt and then practice good hygiene practices.
Oh, so basically the yogurt is not a myth or misconception.
Yes, it's a probiotic with the ones with live cultures. Yes, it's a good probiotic.
Wow. So some women tend to get a recurrent. Maybe it's treated, and after a while it comes back, and after a while it's treated. Can you tell us what happens and why does it occur like that?
Sometimes people get recurrent infections due to the first thing of it all is ignorance. Once you ignore the first infections you get, it will become a severe infection. Then overuse of antibiotics for people with immune compromised states like diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, can cause recurrent infections. We've said overuse of antibiotics, and then people with triggers, dodging, using strongly scented soaps, and even perfumes to our private areas. Yes.
So can this affect maybe our hormones or our menstrual cycle?
No, it can't affect. Vaginal candidiasis itself cannot affect our hormones.
Our hormones?
Yes.
So the hormones can affect the vaginal candidiasis, but
yes.
the vaginal candidiasis cannot affect our hormones.
Yes.
Wow. Can pregnancy or we've talked about diabetes,
yes,
making yeast infection more frequent, but can pregnancy make yeast?
Yes. We've said pregnancy is an immune suppressive state. Your immunity is so low during pregnancy. So you find you're so prone to getting vaginal candidiasis, even with uncontrolled diabetes. The keyword here is uncontrolled diabetes.
Uncontrolled
Yes.
diabetes. So when it comes to pregnancy, it's a very sensitive stage, and you find there are types of medication you are not allowed to take.
Yes.
So are you restricted to take
Yes.
medication when it comes to this stage?
Yes, you're restricted. That's why you're advised to visit your doctor or even a reproductive health specialist near you.
Oh, okay. So what preventive measures can women take to reduce the chances of getting yeast infection?
Yeast infection can be prevented by avoiding the douching, practicing good hygiene. For women, our private part is our greatest investment. So make sure you practice good hygiene, like getting your panties out in the sunlight for good drying. Don't hide your panties inside the bathroom if you know it's a damp area. Again, avoid scented soaps in your vaginal area or even perfumes. Make sure you have some good use of antibiotics. Not every disease in your body should be treated by antibiotics. And again, if people with diabetes, make sure you have a good control of your sugars and avoid too much sugary intake.
Well, there is a point I missed out. I don't know
Yes.
that I'm the person who didn't understand well, but I understand a female can infect a male.
Yes.
But can a male infect a female?
Yes. We've said yeast sits in our body is normal flora. So once maybe my male partner has gone out with another woman, they get the yeast, they'll get it into me. Once we have a sexual contact.
So the moment I discover I have a yeast infection,
Yes.
should I come with my partner or should I deal with it myself?
No, you should come with your partner. We call it contact treatment. Yes, to make sure you get rid of all that yeast infection. Yes, because sometimes yeast infection to men is normal. They might not get the inflammation, and then it sits in their body is normal flora. Yes.
So you keep on treating yourself or recurrent.
Yes.
So do they use the same medication as women?
Sometimes it might be different, but most of the times we give the same medication to them.
Oh,
Yes.
so maybe there are myths and misconceptions
Yes.
that you've met, maybe you've dealt with in the hospital, or you've heard from the society, and you would like to correct us.
Sometimes women practice some funny issues. You might get somebody getting their fingers inside our vagina to get out the discharge. So avoid that. That's called douching. And douching worsens the disease, the vaginal candidiasis. So once you do douching, once you do the scented perfumes, the scented products, to avoid getting out with a bad odor, it makes the situation worse.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Are there any other misconceptions or risk factors that maybe people don't know about?
Most of it comes out with hygiene. People believe that men, after with their normal way of living, hawafai kuchange their underwears on a daily basis. That's from the community
Perspective.
Yes. So you find mwanaume akivaa boxer yake leo, they'll still use it tomorrow. So hiyo ni kama a harboring machine ya kukaa na hiyo bacteria. So once I meet that man, I'll definitely get an infection.
Wow, that is amazing. Maybe our people out there would like to understand more or get a larger picture.
Yeah.
Maybe you could. How can they get to you?
I'm a reproductive health specialist, currently based at Equity Afya Medical Center, Embu. So you can reach out to Equity Afya Medical Center, or I can give out my personal number to anyone willing to get. We see our patients on a daily basis, and those ones who are not available during weekdays, we can see you on Saturday.
Oh,
Kindly pass by, get checked. A woman is an expensive thing. You've just said it.
yeah.
Yes. So make sure you get checked. So my personal number is 0721 680 686. I can repeat it. 0721 680 686.
So you found within Equity Afya Embu County.
Yes.
That is located, I think I'm familiar with Equity Afya.
Yeah.
It's opposite or adjacent to Silent Supermarket.
Yes.
At Mugo
Shopping Center.
Mugo Shopping Center.
Yes.
So when are you open? Anytime.
From 8 a.m. in the morning to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in
From
the
8
evening.
a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes.
You are always available.
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. So I will remind you, this is my remark. Always, always, always. Health is wealth. Maybe, doctor, you can give us a very important remark or you based on you.
Once you notice something different in your body, kindly get it checked as soon as possible.
Wow.
Sometimes you might leave it and then it brings out some complications later in life, which might cost you your life or even your wealth.
Wow.
Yes.
Again, until next time, I am your host, Nyambura Kamau. But as always, I keep on reminding you, I give you the very best investments. You need to be healthy to manage your property. You need to be healthy to also build your future. So as we continue being healthy, I will remind you, invest in the right partner. That is why we have DreamWorks Investment Limited Company, being the very best architectural company around you. All you need is to make a call and they will give you every single detail you need. Again, turn your dreams into reality. Bye bye. Until next.